Well, happy Sunday, everyone. Today I thought I'd go through a couple books that did I say go through a couple books? I did. Today I decided I'd go through a couple books that one I've had for a long time and one I picked up, recently at my local Ollie's. And you're like, Ollie's, what is that? Ollie's is good stuff, cheap. That's their slogan. And it's true. They've got a nice book section and they've got lots of graphic novels and stuff that are deeply discounted. This is one of the books I picked up, The Marvel Legacy of Jack Kirby. I love Jack Kirby. I love his work. He's an influence on me. So I thought I would share this with you guys and let you see it. So it's a hardcover book in a slipcase. I think it retails for at least $30, and I picked it up for the low price at Ollie's of I think $7.99. So that's a hell of a deal. So let's just get it out of the slipcase. So you've got this nice sturdy slipcase here. Great art on the back. No text to cover up that awesome Thor piece. So that's the slipcase. Let me just throw that down to the side. This is the cover of the book. As you can see, big celestial. It's a wraparound cover. So let's go through it. I'm also doing a little different camera setup, setting it on my lap this time. So we open up with a nice table of contents here. Introduction by Joe Quesada. The chapters kind of break down Kirby's stuff through the decades. So chapter 1 is Kirby and Joe Simon, Timely's Golden Age. Chapter 2 is Monsters and Cowboys. Chapter 3, The Month That Changed Marvel. So that'd be Fantastic Four. Chapter 4, The Marvel Age, King Kirby. Chapter 5, Return of the King. Chapter 6, Growing Up Kirby, The Marvel Memories of Jack Kirby's Son. The book isn't super text heavy, which I enjoy, and it really focuses on the artwork. So this is the introduction. We start with the Golden Age. It's hard to believe this is the young Jack Kirby. Looking at that compared to what we all know of Jack Kirby today, which is that type of art, that Captain America. So there's a big growth period there. And this just goes through and basically just has captions, and they just picked out some of his most memorable works and caption stuff like this Red Raven cover. I love this figure. This is when Jack was more realistic, you could say, with his figure work. Same with that first Captain America. And there was a bunch of stuff in here that I've never seen before of Jack's work. This page, of course, we've all seen the origin of Cap. I mean, I just love this page so much. This shot right here, the skinny guy, the doctor, and then just the simple transformation. It says it all right there. Here's some Captain America stuff I've never seen before, so I thought this was great. Look at Cap getting into a disguise here, dressing up as an old woman, putting that corset on to suck in that waist. It's hilarious. Probably something you wouldn't see today because people would bitch and complain because he's dressing up as a woman. But this just goes in, and I love this shot of this sub and seeing the cutaway of the interior of it. That's really cool. So I would recommend this book if you're a Kirby fan. I'm going to go through it a little quicker here. Now we're getting into chapter 2 right here, which is Monsters and Cowboys, Jack Kirby in the Atlas era, 1956 through 63. And there's a little checklist here of stuff he did. So that's really cool. And I mean, a lot of this art I've never seen because I really wasn't into the monster stuff when I was a kid. I like the superhero stuff, and this stuff was way before my time, so I never even went back and looked through it. But looking at it now, I mean, look at this. Slaves of the Hulk. That isn't the Hulk we know. Fing Fang Foom. Gotta say, pretty ridiculous name, but a cool looking monster creature. Dr. Droom. You've got Fantastic and Dr. Droom right there, years before Dr. Doom and the Fantastic Four. I always knew about Rawhide Kid. So this is just some classic work. Some of his romance work. This stuff I knew more about. I don't know what it is about the romance comics. I really enjoy them. I think it's because you get to see these artists that were great at drawing superheroes before they did that, drawing real life stuff. You know, we've got November 61, the month that changed Marvel. Whereas November 69 is the month that changed the world. And if you're thinking, what, November 69? What are you talking about? Are you on drugs? That's the month I was born. So there you go. Some more monster type stuff. More romance stuff. Look at this classic. He drew handsome men and gorgeous women. And then we get to Fantastic Four #1. The book that changed it all. Look at that original look of the Thing. Love that. Classic panel that's been done over and over. The Marvel Age, King Kirby. Bunch of his interior art credits and cover art credits. Some more Fantastic Four. God, I love this. I love when they did the pinup pages back in the books. I mean, let's bring this stuff back to current comics. It would work. It's still fun. The Thing, look at that. This crusty looking, craggy monster. And he's only supposed to be 6 feet tall. Keep him that way. You see the Thing nowadays, and he's huge sometimes. And I totally understand cartooning, but keep him at 6 feet tall, and he's just more powerful that way than, you know, a 10-foot tall dude. Love this pinup right here. Love it. Right there. Fantastic Four pinup page. Who knows? Maybe in First Man Volume 2, I'll do a pinup page. You never know. Here he is changing. We've got Dr. Oh my God, this cover. These two covers right here. You know, battling the Hulk, battling the Thing from FF25. And then FF number 12, they're in a cave, and little do they know that the Hulk is right on the other side, and shit is about to go down. I might have to try and find that book to buy. More great, fantastic pinups of the villains. I love the way Kirby does wrinkles. Just indicated. This great, fantastic pinup of Mr. Fantastic. No pun intended with that Kirby tech. You think it's real. You know, you look at tech nowadays in comics, and it's all very highly referenced off, you know, realistic tech almost. And it's just, there's just something about it. It's not as imaginative, you know. And this literally took you to other worlds. Hate Monger, Frightful Four. If you are a fan of Kirby, you're going to want this book. And I will skip around pages here because I don't think it's fair to the publisher to go page by page and show everything. Here's some more great pinups. Rama Tut. Why aren't we seeing these villains? Oh, love this one. I think I have this issue. Beware the Hidden Land. Look at that. Triton, on the ground. Great perspective. And you got a great heroic shot of the Inhumans with Black Bolt front and center. Galactus for the first time. The coming of Galactus and Silver Surfer. Such a great page here. Let's see, what's that one from? Fantastic Four 50. Oh, look at that. This man, this monster. That's obviously Kirby, inked by the great Joe Sinnott, but you can tell John Byrne was inspired by Kirby's, the way he drew the Thing, because that has such a John Byrne vibe to it, but it's Jack the King Kirby. The king in the house. Look at these cities. Just everything Jack did was big and epic. This machine right here, just so cool. Dr. Doom standing over a cosmic god, the Silver Surfer. Jack being so inventive with these photo montages he put in the background. Let's bump ahead. Here we go, the Incredible Hulk. Once again, just the power in that one pose of the Hulk coming at you. I mean, yes, is it kind of Frankenstein-ish? Yeah, of course it is. But it's just still so powerful. Not overly exaggerated. And look, I'll be the first to say, if I drew the Hulk, he'd be one buffed up dude. Because I like drawing the anatomy, but Kirby, man, Kirby just brought it. This shot right here, coming up to Thor. Love that lumbering shot right there. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would, of course, appreciate it. I mean, some of these, the way he would draw people fighting on a cover. Kirby was just the best at two big guys clashing in the power in the drawing. In the weight here. Layout by Jack Kirby, penciling by Scott Edward, inking Mickey DeMeo. Scott Edward, I believe, yep, Gil Kane. That was Gil Kane's pseudonym. And some Spider-Man, Avengers stuff. Of course, Iron Man. You just pour through this book and you see how much Kirby created. It's a shame he never really got to see the stuff on the big screen. But I like to think that up above, Kirby is looking down, and every time a movie comes out and something happens, he's able to see it and just put a big old smile on his face, chomping on that cigar. Look at this. I love this. The Avengers just hanging out. If this was done today, they'd all be in normal clothes. And this is comic books. Who wants to see the Avengers hanging out in the mansion in normal clothes? I want to see them. When I grew up, the Avengers hung out in the mansion in costumes because that's how you recognize them. And it was cool. Normal clothes? Blah. Great Thor stuff. I thought Vinnie Coletta was perfect for the inking of Thor because Thor was more organic. And Vinny brought a nice, organic, scratchy, illustrative line to Kirby, whereas the Fantastic Four was sci-fi, high-tech, and you got that super high polish Joe Sinnott inking line, so it brought a totally different look to that book, and they just worked perfectly. Love this shot right here. That is just fantastic. The Thunder God and the Troll. We got Sif looking fine. So, I mean, this is a book. Get over to Ollie's, see if they still have it if you have an Ollie's near you. And if they don't, it's still worth the full admission price tag, I think. So you can get it off Amazon. Look at the power of that Thor. big perspective with the hand in the foreground. I mean, yeah, it's super exaggerated. It's not realistic, but it's awesome comics at its best. Same with this cover right here, issue 177. You can just feel the power. And then, of course, the Avengers. They're the Avengers. This splash page, when I saw it reprinted as a kid, just blew my little mind. Love the giant man figure. They're all just strutting forward. I mean, that is classic stuff right there. More great Avengers stuff. And then, of course, Captain America. Cap in his own magazine at last. Before this, I believe it was Tales of Suspense or Tales to Astonish. It was one of the two. That ended with issue 99 because it was Captain America and an Iron Man. And in issue 100 was Captain America by himself, and an Iron Man started over with issue 1. I was lucky enough just to pick up a copy of Captain America 100 at a convention. It was one of my bucket list books. I have the reprint of it. Now I actually have it. It's probably about a 5.0 mid-grade edition, but it's complete, and that's all I care about. I scored it for about $75. Well worth it to me. One of my favorite books. Because I'm a comic book collecting nerd. Sing it with me. Steve Rogers. Man. These two shots of Captain America right there. This stuff is what get my juices flowing for wanting to draw comic books. And then, of course, you've got the X-Men in all their glory. Great stuff. You got the pinups showcasing the individual members: Cyclops, Beast, Marvel Girl, Angel. And I still dig these original costumes as well. They're uniforms. Juggernaut, one of my favorite characters. Lucky enough, I've got to draw him. And then, of course, who can forget Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos? Love that shot right there, showing the different characters of the Howling Commandos. Look at this, Nick Fury on his knees. But he's not cowering before those Nazi punk bastages. Isn't it Ben Grimm that used to say bastages? I don't remember. This right there. Hello, Andy. Nice book that you have there. Thanks, man. I appreciate the comment, and thank you for joining. If you have any questions, let me know. This, I believe, is in, I first saw this in the trade paperback Origins of Marvel Comics. I believe that's it. Or maybe it was Sons of Origins. I don't remember. But I loved it. LMDs, life model decoys. This is just so freaking cool. Love that. Just this far out tech that Kirby would do. And then, of course, Prince Namor. Look at that shot. That is majestic. That is stoic. That is Prince Namor. Of course, who can forget one of the greatest creations, simplest name, right to the point, the Silver Surfer. I love Jack Silver Surfer, and I love Big John Buscema Silver Surfer. And then we've got Kazar. If you can't do Tarzan, you do Kazar. Oh, man. Look at that. This right there, that shot, that page. Both those shots of the Inhumans and Black Bolt I love, but this one right here, that one just gets the juices flowing. The juices are flowing. Love that shot. If there's a chance in First Man 2. I might have to homage that. I got no problem doing a homage. One of my favorite covers of the Fantastic Four, number 82. I own that issue as well. Beautiful stuff right there. Of course, the pinups. Love that Triton one the best. The perspective on it coming right at us. More The Avengers. Just some great covers. This Thor cover, Thor 126. First issue of Thor in his own magazine, his own comic book. Thor fighting Hercules. I've got the reprint of it. It's just a great fight throughout the whole issue. Return of the King in 1975 when he came back after his little stint at DC. Look at those new gods, baby. Or not new gods, Eternals. My bad. He came back on Captain America. These are some great stories. This 2-page spread knocked my socks right off. Some creature just bashing Cap in the face. Don't worry, Cap comes back and kicks his sorry ass. Artem Zola, the dude has a TV for a face and a little box for a head. How wicked cool is that design? Kirby's imagination is just one for the record books. Nothing held him back. You give him a pencil and he's good to go. Here we go with the Eternals. Looking forward to the movie, and I hope it has some of this grandeur. This splash page, I love Icarus. And that splash page, man. Look at that shit. Big and bold and coming right at you. None of this medium shot BS with so we can see more of the buildings in the background. Screw that. I know where he's at. He's in a city and it's a big figure. These are comic books, baby. Show the bigness. Look at those introductory shots. Just gorgeous. Oh my God, this splash page. Holy crap, right there. That splash page of the Eternals. You got the heroic guys, the heroic women. The men look tough. The women are hot and powerful. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'd like to sing. I'd like to dance. Another great 2-page spread right there. His compositions, the way he would spot his black areas on the figures alone when Kirby got really stylized like this, just using the basic shapes for the anatomy and putting in his Kirby squiggles, but it works because he does it throughout and it's consistent, so you believe in the Kirby world. Black Panther, baby. When I was a kid, I loved this series and I bought it and I sold it and I had to go back and rebuy it. Every issue opened up with just a great 2-page spread after the first splash page. Just full power. Look at this introductory shot. You just know with her goons in the background and the Black Panther crumpled to his knees that she is a powerful villain and is going to be bringing some heat to the Black Panther. Machine Man. Another series as a kid. Kirby was a gold mine. Now, Devil Dinosaur, full honesty, full transparency here. Never bought Devil Dinosaur. Never cared about Devil Dinosaur. Never read it. But I can appreciate the artwork for what it is. I don't know. I just love this stuff. Some different covers. Look at that Iron Man cover. Love that book. The Invincible Iron Man coming at you. It's got a nose. There's a picture my brother found that he sent me from the late 70s. I was sitting on my mom's lap and she was reading a comic to me, and this one was on the table next to her as she was reading me a Marvel team up. Love this Invaders cover. Love Union Jack. Love that costume. Just, So that's about it for this Kirby book. Like I said, if you're a fan of Kirby, you definitely would want to pick this up. Take you down memory lane, see some things you've never seen before, make you want to go out and buy them just for the cover. And then Growing Up Kirby, the Marvel memories of Jack Kirby's son. Could you just imagine being his son, living in that house, going downstairs to see Kirby working? Gorgeous. Get this book. Now, bear with me as I slide it back into the slipcover and we move on to another favorite book of mine. These aren't the original comics. Trade paperback right here. Megaton Man. This predates The Tick. And I really wish, I know when The Tick came out, it really blew up and it took off. And The Tick came out, I believe, about 5 years after Megaton Man. And it was the same type of thing, a superhero parody of like Superman. And Don Simpson, when he did Megaton Man, he's got his Fantastic Four characters in this book. He's got a Spider-Man type character, Silver Surfer type character, I believe even Nick Fury type. The Tick, another series I enjoyed as a kid, which really blew up, which, great for Ben Edlund, if I pronounced his name right. Hope I did. That it blew up as big as it did and became a cartoon, but I really think Megaton Man could have as well. It just, everything comes down to timing, and I guess it just wasn't the right time. I don't know, but I have these single issues, issues 1 through 4 in my long box back there. I've got the Return of Megaton Man. I've got all the Megaton Man stuff Don Simpson has done. And when this trade paperback came out, I had to get it. The original Megaton Man was in full color. This trade paperback is in black and white. That's one reason I bought it. I enjoy that. I love this over-the-top superhero parody stuff. I have my own called Captain Zero. I draw him in a cartoony style as well. I love what Don was doing artwork-wise with this character. I mean, this is all inked with a brush. Don's brushwork is very lush. I know before he did this, he was trying to get in with Marvel and DC. I think he did do some inking for DC. I know he inked some Gil Kane stuff. I really think with the diversity that's in comics now, in regards to not the creators, but to what Marvel puts out, they put out an issue of Crazy a few years back, and Don did some stuff in there, and Don did some stuff in a DC book as well with Batman. And seeing Batman drawn in this style was awesome. I can't remember the book. I have the hardcover collection of it. But point is, I think letting Don just roll with like a Spider-Man story and let him write and draw it in this style would be phenomenal, especially with today's modern coloring. I mean, this stuff was all flat colored back then. And it looked nice, but with today's coloring, I think it would just enhance it more. So this is the let's see, what's he call him? It's been a while, so I don't remember. This is his origin story. You've got his Fantastic Four, which are something quartet. It's Knit 1, Pearl 2 time. That's his version of the Thing. It's Yarn Man. I believe the Invisible Woman's deal is her clothes just turn invisible, and that's it. The Mr. Fantastic character is Water, Mr. Water Balloon. It's See-Through Girl, and the Human Meltdown. Let's see what Got another comment. A couple more I like to always show. What's up, Edwin Hale? Love your book by you have there. Andy, by the way, nice tees you have there. Can I have a request related to your tees? Can you show the full design t-shirt you wear now? Showing it. Yeah, I'll show you the full design before I log off. I just don't want to adjust the camera right now because it'd be kind of difficult to get it back into the nice position I have. So just bear with me. This book isn't going to take as long to go through. He's got his version of that famous Fantastic Four cover. Love it. If you like humor stuff, you should track this down. There's Megaton Man kind of in his Clark Kent guise. He goes to work at a newspaper. Here's his Lois Lane type character. This stuff, you know, Don is a great artist. He's more of a teacher these days. Doesn't do as much comic book stuff. I wish he did. Even has a type of Doonesbury thing going on here for this one page. His postures and poses, I love this. Behold the Contractoid. It's just this robot-looking Megaton Man. Look at that. Just the gesture in that pose is fantastic. And the same with Megaton Man there. His figure work is just, you can learn so much from this. It's got a Nutty Professor, Jerry Lewis type character. Such fun stuff. Like I said, I can't recommend it enough. This beautiful shot of Megaton Man with his love of his life there. What's her name? Pammy. Her name is Pammy. Look at this. These buildings are just done so easily, but all the information's there. Another great shot he's doing. So, you know, you can tell Don's a big Kirby guy, loves Jack Kirby. You've got Jim Steranko type influences here. Captain Megaton Man. I really want to get to, I'm going to flip a little fast because there's a certain shot I'm looking for in here. He does a lot with the quartet. Quartet Assemble, that's their Baxter building, basically. Say that 3 times fast. He did an X-Men riff as well in future issues. Love that posture. Just great stuff. But there's a riff he did to a famous Steranko cover. Oh, that splash page when I was a kid. I was like 15 or 16 when this came out, and I just remember looking at that and just loving it, loving the way Don does the over-exaggerated anatomy and such. Love these buildings, the way he did them. Past Master Dan, what's up? Thanks for joining. Love that background. All the information's there on those buildings. They're not overly worked, though, so they really feel like they're in the background. God, there's this one shot. He flipped the page there for some reason. Yarn Man. Maybe it's not in this issue. These issues. I thought it was. If not, I apologize for getting your hopes up. Love that. Stella by Starlight. He's macking on the female of the quartet. And then we've got the silver. Behold the silver server. It's a waiter. Head waiter for Glutinous. He comes to eat your planet. He was parroting everything. Past Master Dan says, I remember this joint. The art was cool, wacky. Dude, like I was saying before you joined, I've got all these original issues that were in full color. I've got everything that Don's done with Megaton Man. I've got his Bizarre Adventure stuff. I've got it all. I literally own it all. There's a Spider-Man type character, Wall Man. He shoots out concrete and stuff. I mean, that is classic. Look at that. Wall Man. I would love, if I worked at Marvel, Don would be doing a parody book for us monthly. I would just let him run with it. You know, you can see he draws the over the top stuff, but you know, that's a pretty, that back shot of Wall Man right there, that's average, that's normal proportions. Don can do it. I think once again, Marvel just misses opportunities that are right there in front of them. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Two Megaton Mans going at it. But this is the one. Preston. Get my hand out of the way. Preston Percy. Spy from a chill, I guess. News of the World. But he's riffing that famous Steranko cover back in 1985. He was the precursor to the Crimson Chin. He was. He was also the precursor to the Tick, as I was saying earlier. Here we go. Preston Percy. He's got his Steranko-esque character with 2 eye patches. I've got so many cool comics. I don't even need to buy new comics anymore. I should just look through my long boxes. Look at the ship. It's a hair dryer. So if you're into parody stuff, you would be into this book. Another great cover, couple in love, dancing right there. See, that's a cute looking figure drawing of a chick. I love that. That's nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. A little love action in the book. Oh, yeah. Get in a little closer. Yeah, baby. And that's it. That is Megaton Man right there. Look at that. I bought this when it came out for the price of $13.95, and there's a hardcover edition. I actually wouldn't mind finding that. And this came out from Kitchen Sink back in 1990. Wow, I didn't realize that this book was that old. And Don Simpson was born in 1961, so 8 years older than me. I can highly recommend this book. I will now show everyone the shirt that I'm wearing because I was asked. Let me just deal with me as I move the camera to a better spot. There you go. There's the Marvel shirt that I'm wearing. Art by John Buscema. Classic. And believe it or not, I found this shirt, I believe, in Target in the boys section, and it's an extra large boys. So I had to have it. And there's no way I was not going to try and get it. So there you go, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well on this fine day. I'm doing pretty good. You know what I'm going to show off? I'm going to show off because I feel like sharing. I'm going to show First Man covers for volume 2. I'm going to show my cover, and I'm going to show Art Sears' variant cover for First Man volume 2. How's that sound? See what happens when you join me? You get to see stuff. Are we ready for the world debut of the First Man volume 2 debut of the cover? Here we go. Drum roll, please. There it is. First Man volume 2 there's the cover for First Man Volume 2. Who are those 4 individuals? Who is punching our main man? Who could it be? We get to see stuff. You do. Oh, yeah. Who could that be? I don't know. Actually, I do know who's punching him, but you'll have to back the book to find out. And then let's show you the variant cover once again by my buddy Bart Sears. Here we go. Ready or not, Bart Sears variant cover. Wait, Eric McIntyre says, who punched Apollo? Who done it? Now, it's not Apollo. It's First Man. Apollo, if you read the book, you know what happens to Apollo. No Apollo. It's just First Man. But now, let's debut the cover by Bart Sears for number 2. Bart Sears variant cover making its debut. So there you have it. 2 covers. I'm trying to see if I can get somebody else for a variant cover. So we'll see. But that's it. Those are the 2 covers right there. You guys got to see them first because that's how I roll. So before I leave for the day, I'm going to do one more thing. Give me a second. Killing time talking as I'm going to do it. Hold on now. Hold on. This is going to be cool. Trust me. Trust me when I say this is going to be cool. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. My virgin eyes. Bazinga! There you go. You got my cover and Bart Sears' variant cover. I like to do story-related covers. Those are the type of covers I grew up with, where you get a sense of the story from looking at the cover. I did it for First Man Volume 1.2, and I'm doing it for First Man Volume 2. And then the variant cover by Bart, I'm just like, do what you do, baby. Do what you do. No story, just give me a cool shot. And he did. So that's it. Those are the 2 covers for Volume 2. I'm working on hopefully trying to get a 3rd cover. We'll see how it goes. If you have suggestions for a variant artist for the 3rd cover, let me know what they are in the comments, and I'll see what I can do, because I like to please my customers, and that's you guys. So thanks for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. I hope you enjoyed my 2 book reviews. I'll hold them up one more time. Ugh, these are big and bold. We went over Jack Kirby right here, hardcover book going through his career, and Megaton Man by Don Simpson. So until next time, guys, thanks for joining me. Remember to like and subscribe and share my channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Thank you, Past Master and Dan. Thank you, Eric McIntyre. Thank you, Episbinsenin. I totally messed that up. Sorry. Thank you, everyone who joined me, and for you guys that commented. I will catch you guys later. Until next time, bye-bye, guys. Have a good rest of your Sunday.